Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to do a page in this book here, and the title of the book is Draw You in My Mind. This is the second book in the series, and I picked this page here. Now in the flip through I showed you that the pages are kind of doubled. So here we have the original one in here that is a flower pot with the little one sitting next to it, and this one is changed a bit, and if you can take a little wild guess of what it might be, we have a little kitty, a bunny with a clock, a mushroom, a top hat, teacup, cards, and roses. Alice in Wonderland. So that is the colors I'm going to do. I did a little test here because we're doing Tombows, and I couldn't really get a Tombow combination that would be a skin tone that worked terribly well. This one was okay, but I thought since I had to do a lot of work to get it to do that, I'll just use a Copic as a skin base on her. So this is the E000 Pale Fruit Pink. With the Tombows, I'm going to use that Caran d'Ache board on the shiny side. So what we're going to do is just go ahead. I have paper back here because Copics bleed through. And we're just going to do a base coat on her skin and get that taken care of. Just get her hands done here. Her neck. And her face. Just get the darkest areas here with that color. Put a little extra on it. That's the only color I'm going to use. The rest of that is going to be done with pencil. Okay, we got both hands, right? I think that's a finger down there too. I'm trying to figure out that arm, but we're just going to leave it. How's the other arm done? I get a peek at the other page. So she has a big sleeve here, a little sleeve, a big sleeve, and a hand. So I'm guessing this could be a big sleeve and that could be a big sleeve. So there would be a little arm here, right? Yeah, a tiny little arm. So we're just gonna color that in too. There we go. All right, then we're just gonna go in and use this board and some colors and get a base on everything here. Let us see. We're gonna do the Cheshire Cat first. He's a kind of a purple kitty. If you go Googling kind of Alice in Wonderland, you can pick out some colors that you want to use. There are lots of different variations of Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to use the Disney movie one, and we're doing a purple kitty. And we're going to do them in kind of a pastel color. This happens to be 620. 620 is lilac. So we will put that there, and we're going to just pick it up with the colorless blender. One that'll give it a lighter color. And you can fade it out in different areas. Okay. So the Cheshire Cat is kind of a striped kitty cat. And we do have some stripes going here, but I'm going to add a few more. Get a little bit going on his back here. Kind of cute. And we'll do the rest of the shading with a pencil. Just want to get some base colors down so I know where I'm going here. We have pinks for the roses. Let's see if I bring that in. This is very soft pink. Number 800. And I think the 800 is baby pink. And we're going to put some cheeks on this guy too, so right about there. Going to blend that in with the blender. Kind of picks up some of the paper. So yeah, we'll have to go in there with the colorless blender, or a bit of the color picked up off the palette to darken some of this. I don't know if you can see all the way up there. We're just putting the color down so I know where it goes. Being too picky because I have a pencil that can shade it in. Yeah, that's going to have to be a little redder over there. But I'm kind of partial to pink flowers. Okay. Forgot to do her ear. Bunny gets little pink cheeks. nose. Okay. Get some color on her ear. Don't want that look too silly. Mushroom down here is going to be 757, which is port red, which is a really nice dark color. Let's see. Okay, probably throw a little of that in here. Adding it there in those shadows to make that the darkest spot. And we'll see if we put that in the cards here. And then we have clubs and diamonds. Okay, anything else need to be red? Don't think. So we'll get rid of that color. Her dress is blue, but I'm thinking I might want to go in with... Ooh, yeah, that's bright. Two colors. So that's kind of a turquoise color, and that's more of a blue. Well, the problem is this paper doesn't take this terribly well. So this would be the darkest parts of the blue dress. Yeah, we're just gonna have to fix that with pencil on top, but that's okay. All right. A color for her hair, which is quite blonde. This is a baby type yellow. Might have a lighter yellow. It'll dry lighter than it is going down. So we'll put that on there. This is white. Then she has an underskirt of white. Teacups are going to be kind of an off brown color. That's the skin tone we weren't going to use. That'll work. We're also going to throw a little of that in her hair. That'll tone down the bright yellow parts. And we have eggs in here or something. No, those are hands. Okay, the clock here. Put a little of that in there. Okay. See if that'll blend that out all. Probably not. Okay. Put those away for a bit. I'm going to bring out some distress ink and peeled paint. We're going to do these leaves base really quick. So I'm just going to throw this around. Take it on this little tool. Take the tool, put it on there, and then just pull it out to cover the leaf. They're broad enough to do that with. Try not to get it on the bunny's ears. And just get some color on them. Here we go. Hat is green too. Forgot about that. We'll bring some of that green into the hat. Not sure how dark his hat is. It's two-tone. And I don't know about the band. I think it's a really dark green, so we might add a little darker green into that. We have, ooh, that's really dark. The forest green. We'll just kind of go in light. Add a little of that into the leaves too. There we go. She's got blue eyes, so we'll do her eyes in blue. We'll take the blues we have here get you down a little closer for that. Okay, we have some blue there. Get the lighter blue. And just because I like a little yellow in them, I'm going to add some of that yellow that's in her hair right at the base. Okay. Gonna leave it like that for a little bit. Oh, her lips are bright red. I don't know if I want to use that red though. Just do that. Put a little around her eyes here. And just a touch on her nose. She's a little young thing, so she would have a little more of a glow on her. Okay. I'm going to get a little wild honey and a different stick here. Should have one that has a little brown in it. Let's see what wild honey does here. It's kind of a brownish color, or I just have a lot of brown in this. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take this in her hair. Just adding it so it's not white underneath, but really light. Okay, find the lid to that. I'm gonna bring in a tiny bit of gathered twigs. Just gonna darken in some areas. When you put this in, remember it's gonna lighten when it dries a little bit. Then the rest of that we will do in pencil also. Put a little of that in the cups. I don't know if you can see the cup. You can't see the cup. How about the bunny cup? We'll do the bunny cup. Just real lightly. Okay, now we will get out some pencils. Okay, we're going to do a little work on her eyes, her hair, probably the hat, a few other little things, and then I'm going to have to call it. So, Indanthrene blue or Indanthrene blue, however you pronounce that, we are going to go in here and do her eyes. This is almost the same blue that we put in there earlier. This is just going to accent it. Go all the way across. You don't even have to worry about that little line there. We have to draw in the pupil over again. Okay, we can take this down to her dress too and do some accenting, but we're going to do that just a wee bit later. I just want to get those lines in there. Okay, then we bring in the cobalt turquoise. Which will also work really well down in here. Okay, just to let you know, we're going to bring in a black and draw in her pupil. I like to bring mine all the way up to the eyelid. I'm going to trace over this line. Same on the bottom. Okay. Take a little bit of a yellow in there. maybe a green, just to brighten the eye up a little bit. This is cadmium yellow lemon. Mix it in with the blue. Add a little tiny bit of blue over it. We're also going to use this turquoise and just go over the little corners of the eye here. Okay. We need a little Posca in there just to give her some nice little highlights in her eyes. There we go. There's something missing and it's kind of bothering me, so this is something I'm going to be drawing in on Alice. There's a bow in her hair and there is no bow here, and before I get into doing too much of her hair, I'm going to draw in a bow. So we have our bangs and our bow would be kind of tucked in here, so I'm just going to draw in a line that will kind of pull it out a little bit if it's a ribbon. And then we'll bring it up. I'm going to tie it here on the side, so we're going to put a little knot right there. And then we're going to bring this one down to here. Make it a little wider. And then a little, I don't know, it's kind of like just a little knot with the things poking out here. So we'll just put that in there, go up to our little frame here, pull it across, make it kind of big so we can see it. And then this one kind of out here. Okay, we're going to go in with a pen. See what we got here. Oh boy, going to make a big mess if that opens and spreads out all over the place. Micron Sakura pen. If we like our shape. Okay, something in that line. Take an eraser here and see if we can, that's not going to work. Boy, that's tiny. Might be time for me to put another little eraser piece in there, but we're gonna just see if we can get some of that. Well, we want to get the pencil line out, but some of this yellow color that we put in there, it may or may not come out depending on what it is we used. I need the little duster here. Doing it gently because I don't know if that pigment pen is dry yet, and I don't want to do too much. It's blue, just like her dress, so we're going to go over this with a little bit of blue here, which is the one I had problems pronouncing, Indanthrene blue. I gotta get some more pencil out of there, but I'm gonna have hair going over that, so we'll just bring that up. Not or lighter blue. Okay. I know it kind of looks like it's sitting up there in Nowhereville right now. I'm going to get rid of that line. There's some there. Okay, duster. We're going to get some color in her hair here so we can make it look like it's sitting down in her hair instead of laying up on nothing. I'm using brown ochre. Eyebrows need a little color. Take a little darker color. This one is the raw umber. We're just going to keep going around making little lines in it to make it look like hair. Going light and dark in areas, so more pressure on some of these strokes. Lighter pressure in other places. We're going to darken it underneath the bow, so it looks like it has a little shadow in the hair. Okay, go back in with the lighter color, just add some more hair. Okay, then we need a little bit darker brown just to go through and add some darker colored hairs, and then we'll put in some lighter color hairs. Have to have both dark and light. Don't want to go too dark. That's my problem. But we can add a few. So this is walnut brown. I'd like to change her part, but that ain't gonna happen. And the shadow behind her head here, you want that a little darker, so we're just going to add a little bit of that color right in the very back here, real close to her neck and going down her shoulders. And then take your areas where you want them a little darker and just add some. That hair comes around her face and that's behind. I think I will take that part and go up that way just a little bit. Okay, and now we'll take our white. This is a Holbein white. Just go in very lightly in some areas that we want to highlight. Add it in the bow in certain spots so we can get some of that yellow out of it. Go back in with the blue. I need to move the book a little bit. Go back in with the white. Back in with the brown. Just gonna add some wispy hair pieces here. Okay. We're going to add some color to her face. Going to go in with some cinnamon. Going to add in a little bit of, if I can get it out of the thingy, the light flesh. We want to leave her cheeks a little round and pudgy, along with her chin. Then we're going to take a Caran d'Ache Buff Titanium. Lightly go over that cheek area. Her nose. Her forehead here. If you think about it, it's going to sound a little funny. It's where you would put your highlights on your face if you were doing makeup. You want under the eyes brighter. Here, because she's young, you want the cheeks a little brighter. Put a little down by your chin. A little above the lip here. Well, you probably wouldn't put it on your nose, but right in the center of your forehead. Under your eyebrows. And if you have any corrected to do underneath your eye there. Okay, just smooths out her face. If you're going to get one Caran d'Ache pencil, Buff Titanium is a good one. Okay, now we're going to do her hands, so we're going to scoot this up here a little bit. Do the same thing, we're going to do the cinnamon down in the shaded areas. Go in with the light flesh. And with the buff by titanium. Should be longer. To be perfectly honest, I do not know what is going on with the other hand over here. If our arm was coming down, it would probably come down a little further over. But, I mean, if you're holding your hand that way, for a wrinkle right about there, and this hand would come down that way. Move a fingernail on that side, fingernails on this side, something like that. Gonna make those fingers a little bit bigger. Just soften that up a little bit. Okay. Do just a little bit of pinking about her. So this is medium flesh. And just soften that back up. Do her lips over. We need a darker color for that. Ooh, no, not that one. How about Caput Mortuum Violet? to bring in a little Sanguine in here. It is so dark in the grayscale in there that I didn't want to go too light and try to get some white in there, but we're gonna lighten up here and do a little lightening down here, and then add a pinker tone to it. I may erase the whole thing and start over. I'm known to do that. Let's see. We have blue all over the eraser bit. We don't want to put blue all over her lips. It's really gray there. I'm just going to erase that and try to erase some of that gray out. There we go. And then we can draw in our own little tiny lip there. Add a little white in there. Oh, well, I might need to get a bigger eraser there for that. Spending an awful lot of time on the face, but she is the most important part of the picture. I mean, everybody else is side characters when it comes to her. Something in that line. We'll add a little white Posca in there. Go over that with a little bit of the pencil when that dries. Maybe a little touch over here too. Okay. Go over it lightly with your pencil. Some of that gray out. She's looking more like a little one. Don't want her to look like a, real old lady. Want her to look young and shiny little lips. And we're going to throw a little pink, 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 pink in there. What do we have here? Pink Matter Lake. And Pink Matter Lake over here too. Paper's giving me some issues, but it's nothing we can't fix. And a little bit more of that lightness right here in the corner of her eye. Yes, Cubby, I hear you. Okay, I think I'm going to widen her lower lip a bit here. There. Maybe that's what's bothering me. Pink. She's looking cuter. Okay. And what do we have here? This is the light yellow ochre. Notice some of this hair here. The inking I did came out a little ways. So we're just going to add some wispies in here. Okay. And we can do a little work on her shirt here, and then I'm going to call it, because I think her shirt needs a little fixing. So we have valleys and hills. The hills here have to be darker. So we're just going to put some dark in there. And kind of angle it so just this light tip will show. And when our light tip is showing, we'll just go in with a little light white here and cover that part and bring it down in the angle of the shirt. So down, 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 down. So it kind of looks like it's going that way. Go in with the darker color and just hit the bottom. Okay, pull in your white again and just kind of pull them up a little so they're not so bright, but you can see them a little bit. Her neck needs some color back there and a better shape because it's not going the right direction. So that was the medium. Medium flash. Put a little bit of the Caput mortuum in there. We want to darken this area here because it's underneath. Along with our ear over here, we want to darken that little bit. And then bring in a little buff titanium just to lighten it. There. That looks better. Okay, shirt. We're going to have some creases and some pulls here. The shirt is ruffled around the neck, so there's going to be some areas that are going to be pulled down a little bit. So we'll make sure we get some of those creases in there. Just lightly. Okay. This area here, where the white apron is showing up, we want to darken. Okay, then we can pull in a little white. Okay, the sleeves have got some wrinkling going on. Darker blue. Gonna make that a little circle so it looks like it's coming up and over her arm. I didn't mean to make it that long down here. I'll have to erase that. There we go. I want to darken this little area here because it's cuffed over. You're going to take that line up here to this one, which is the elbow area. Cuff that down. This is under the arm and needs to go somewhere underneath the little apron area here. We're going to darken her shoulder. Pull that underneath there and make that just a little bit bigger on this side. This ruffles down or goes down. There's a little loop here, so that is darker. And there's a little deepness right in there. And we're going to pretend there's one here, a fold, just so we can make it darker around the cat. So its ears are covered. And you can frame his face. Just very lightly going over these areas with this pencil so we can get our little fabric going the way we want. If you see me going over one area more than the other, it's just to add light coloring, blend it, but giving this little area darker coloration. I want to leave some lighter areas here, so I'm not pressing too hard. And doing it this way, I can get a better feel for what I'm doing and where I want those wrinkles to be. Bring in the other color and do the same thing. Back with the darker color. I'm pulling that out to give her a bit more shoulder here. Coloring it right over the hair. I'm going to take some white. Okay, then go over it again with the blues. See what the buff titanium does in here. Just for fun. Soften that up a little bit. the arm got dark, we have to darken up here. Okay, and then we'll just do the other side the same way, darkening and lightening it until I like it. This might be a little too puffy. I might take some, because you can just go in and erase a little line here and there. Take some of that out. Maybe make that come up a little higher up there. Play around with it and have fun. I mean, that's what the coloring is all about anyway. So, you know, take a couple hours, do whatever you want to do. If you don't like it in blue, take it out. I think I'll make this blue too, just for the fact that she's supposed to have an arm here. It's supposed to be a little puffy sleeve. Don't know if I really want to do that, because there's a lot of lines to erase, but I might. Who knows? Anyway, that'll be it for today. I still want to work on this little bow I put in. Get it just a little bit more in her hair. But heck, I think it's kind of cute. So I will stop for today, and then we will get back to it tomorrow. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I will see you in the next one. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments section down below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Take care, everyone. Bye now.